The human mind, a vast and captivating universe. Have you ever yearned to explore the secrets hidden deep within it? In this special video, let's embark on a fascinating journey together, unveiling surprising psychological secrets, and I guarantee that the last one will leave you in awe. Did you know that our brain, the greatest masterpiece bestowed upon us by nature, can be the wings that elevate you to the pinnacle of success, or the cage that confines you within your own limitations? The secret lies in how you unlock and harness that boundless power. Imagine being able to read other people's thoughts like an open book, or even better, controlling your own thoughts to turn dreams into reality. It may sound like superpowers from a sci-fi movie, but these are real phenomena within the realm of psychological science. In this exciting journey of discovery, we will decode the mysteries of the human mind together, from the magical power of a simple smile to the ironic paradox of the more you think, the more you remember. This exploration promises to bring you fresh knowledge and surprising experiences. If you're ready to open the door to the captivating world of psychology, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our exciting videos. Together, we will uncover the wonders hidden within ourselves. Did you know that when you stand in front of a mirror and look at your reflection, you're actually seeing a version of yourself that's 20% less attractive than what others see? It might sound hard to believe, but this is the result of numerous psychological studies. We often criticize ourselves and underestimate our appearance, focusing on minor flaws that others may not even notice. However, the first surprising psychological fact we need to understand is your perception of yourself is more important than others' perception of you. This means that how you see and treat yourself has a greater impact on your life than what others think of you. Our minds often act like a distorted mirror, magnifying our weaknesses and obscuring our strengths. When we look in the mirror, we tend to focus on wrinkles, blemishes, imperfections on our face, or body parts we deem disproportionate. We forget that beauty lies not only in appearance, but also in our demeanor, confidence, and the positive energy we radiate. Confidence is one of the most important factors contributing to a person's attractiveness. When you're confident in yourself, you exude a positive energy that attracts others. You don't need to have a perfect appearance to be attractive. Just love and accept yourself, and you'll naturally become more appealing in the eyes of others. A study has shown that confident people are often rated as more attractive than those who lack confidence, even when they have similar appearances. This suggests that confidence can overshadow physical flaws and help you shine in your own unique way. If you want to change how others perceive you, start by changing how you perceive yourself. Focus on your strengths, the things you love about yourself, and the achievements you've made. Take time to care for yourself, both physically and mentally. When you feel good about yourself, you'll naturally radiate confidence and attractiveness. Psychological fact number 2. Have you ever wondered why memories of a person often seem more vivid and beautiful than the person in the present? Why does our mind like to replay happy moments from the past? This strange psychological phenomenon called emotional anchoring is not only common but also holds interesting secrets about how our brains work. Emotional anchoring is the strong connection between an external stimulus such as a song, a scent, or a place, and a special moment in the past. When we encounter that stimulus again, we are transported back to that moment, fully experiencing the emotions we felt. It could be the overflowing happiness of remembering a memorable summer, or the sweet flutter of a first love when a familiar melody plays. The power of emotional anchoring lies in its ability to connect with the limbic system in the brain, which is responsible for processing emotions and memories. When we experience an intense emotional event, the limbic system records that moment along with the accompanying emotions. Therefore, when we encounter a similar stimulus, the limbic system is activated, bringing us back to those past emotions. However, emotional anchoring can also be a double-edged sword. It can make us idealize the past, remembering only the good things and forgetting the negative aspects. When facing difficulties in the present, we tend to compare it to the beautiful past, leading to dissatisfaction and difficulty enjoying what we have. To cope with emotional anchoring, it's crucial to be aware of its existence and its impact on us. Accepting the past as a part of life, focusing on the present, and creating new memories are ways for us to overcome negative emotions and live a fuller life. Sometimes seeking help from a psychologist is also a good option to understand ourselves better and find ways to balance between the past and the present. Emotional anchoring, whether it's joy or sorrow, is an indispensable part of each of our lives. By understanding and controlling it, we can harness the power of memories to enrich our present life, while opening ourselves to new and beautiful things ahead. Before moving on to the third psychological fact, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you won't miss any future videos. And if you like this content as much as I do, comment "I am intelligent." Let's learn together and improve our lives. Have you ever experienced waking up with the image of someone, working with your mind constantly revolving around them? Even in your dreams, they still exist? It's not a rare experience, but a common phenomenon with deep roots in human psychology. Imagine your mind as a movie theater, where countless movies are shown every day. Each movie is a thought, a memory, an emotion. However, sometimes there's a movie that keeps repeating endlessly. A main character takes the spotlight, not giving any other movie a chance to be shown. That's when someone has occupied your mind. This phenomenon stems from various reasons. It could be someone you're in love with, have a crush on, or simply have strong feelings for. Love and attraction trigger a series of chemical reactions in the brain, making you constantly think about that person. Like the case of Anna, a young woman deeply in love with a guy she just met. Every message, every call from him makes her heart race, and his image is always present in her mind, from the moment she wakes up until she falls asleep. Another reason could be conflict or disagreement. When we disagree with someone, our minds try to find ways to resolve the issue, and this can lead to us constantly thinking about that person. Take the example of Mark, an employee who is having a conflict with his boss. He constantly dwells on his boss's words, trying to refute and prove himself right. Additionally, this phenomenon can also occur when we admire or respect someone. We want to learn from them, want to become more like them, and this makes us constantly think about them and what they do. Min, a university student, always admires his professor for his wisdom and talent. He often thinks about the professor's lectures, trying to apply the knowledge he has learned to his own life. The fact that someone occupies your mind can have both positive and negative effects. On the positive side, it can be a motivation for you to strive and improve yourself. Anna, thanks to her love for that guy, has more motivation to take care of herself and develop her career. However, the downside of it cannot be overlooked. If you constantly think about someone you can't be with, it can lead to feelings of sadness, disappointment, and even depression. Mark, due to the conflict with his boss, became stressed, lost sleep, and it affected his work performance. So how can you control your thoughts when they're occupied by someone? First, be aware that you're obsessed with that person. Next, accept that you can't completely control your thoughts, but you can choose how to react to them. Focus on the present, on what's happening around you, and what you're doing. If necessary, seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. Our minds are a complex and mysterious world. Understanding more about psychological phenomena like someone occupying our minds will help us master our thoughts, turning them into a useful tool for self-development and living a happier life. Remember, you are the director of your mind's movie theater, and you have the right to choose which movies will be shown. Secret number 4. Have you ever noticed in a conversation, some people get straight to the point clearly and concisely, while others beat around the bush, making you lost in a maze of words? This difference is not random, but reveals interesting things about each person's personality and trustworthiness. Language is not just a communication tool, but also a mirror reflecting the soul and personality of each individual. The way we use words reveals more than we think. Those who speak less but accurately are often considered more trustworthy. They value each word, understand the weight of secrets, and are always cautious in sharing information. Like tightly locked chests, they carefully protect what others have entrusted to them. On the contrary, those who talk a lot, constantly sharing every detail, even the secrets of others, often unintentionally lose the trust of those around them. They may not realize that disclosing too much personal information or secrets of others can damage relationships and reduce others' trust in them. For example, imagine you have two friends, David and Peter. David is a man of few words, but whenever he says something, you feel confident and certain about what he says. Peter, on the other hand, is talkative, loves to tell stories and share everything. However, you're often unsure about the accuracy of what Peter says, and sometimes you feel uncomfortable when he reveals too much personal information about others. In this case, you may feel more trust in David than Peter. However, this difference is not simply due to personality. Studies have shown that hormones can also affect the way we use language. For example, in men, low testosterone levels can affect communication skills, making them speak less and less confident. Meanwhile, in women, high estrogen levels can make them talk more and express emotions more openly. Furthermore, living environment and culture also play an important role in shaping how we use language. For example, people who grow up in an environment that encourages openness and sharing may tend to talk more than those who grow up in an environment that values discretion and reserve. In conclusion, the way we use language is an important indicator of our personality and trustworthiness. By listening and observing how others use language, we can understand them better and make more accurate assessments of their personality and trustworthiness. At the same time, we should also pay attention to how we use language to build better and more trustworthy relationships. Words are not only a means of communication, but also a tool for self-expression, connecting with others, and building trust. By using language wisely and sincerely, you will not only become an effective communicator, but also a trustworthy and beloved person. Next, let's move on to psychological fact number 4. Have you ever jumped in fright when the main character in a horror movie is being chased, or shed tears at a love story full of hardships on screen? These are not just momentary reactions, but also evidence of the power of fictional stories on our minds and emotions. When immersed in the world of movies, video games, or books, the line between reality and fiction in our minds gradually blurs. The brain doesn't just passively receive information, but also participates in an emotional journey with the characters. We rejoice when they triumph, grieve when they lose, and feel suspense when they face challenges. Even horror movies can make our hearts race and break out in a cold sweat, even though we know it's just a product of imagination. Why is that? Because our brains don't fully distinguish between fiction and reality. The mirror neurons in the brain are activated, causing us to empathize and experience the character's emotions as if they were our own. That's why a touching movie can make us cry like rain, or an immersive game can make us extremely excited. Understanding this mechanism not only helps us decode our own reactions to fictional stories, but also opens up new possibilities in using them to enrich our lives. The stories we encounter, whether real or fictional, all contribute to shaping our worldview, values, and beliefs. They can be an endless source of inspiration, helping us discover new aspects of ourselves, understand the hidden corners of our souls, and even find the strength to overcome difficulties in life. Therefore, choosing which stories to consume is not just a form of entertainment, but also a way to nurture our souls and develop ourselves. Take the time to explore meaningful stories, inspiring movies, and books that open up new horizons. Don't be afraid to experience different genres, from comedy to drama, from romance to horror, to broaden your perspective and enrich your life experiences. However, don't forget that we have the power to control what we allow to influence us. Be mindful in choosing content that is appropriate for your age, interests, and values. By understanding how the brain works and choosing positive experiences, we can turn fictional stories into endless sources of inspiration and strength for ourselves. Psychological fact number 5. Have you ever felt that your dog seems to understand you better than anyone else? When you're sad, it quietly comes to your side, nuzzling its head into your lap as if to comfort you. When you're happy, it wags its tail excitedly, running around as if to share your joy. This is not just your imagination, but scientifically proven. The bond between humans and pets, especially dogs, can be as deep and intense as family love. You might be surprised to know that many studies have shown that the pain of losing a dog can sometimes be greater than the pain of losing a loved one. This may sound unbelievable, but it actually has a scientific basis. When we interact with pets, our bodies produce oxytocin, a hormone often called the love hormone. Oxytocin is also the hormone released when we hug or caress loved ones, creating feelings of bonding and trust. This chemical interaction creates an invisible but incredibly strong bond between humans and pets, transcending all language and species barriers. Not just stopping at understanding emotions, pets also bring us many mental and physical benefits. Playing with them helps reduce stress and anxiety, and can even lower blood pressure and heart rate. The presence of pets also helps us feel less lonely, especially for those who live alone or the elderly. For example, a study at the University of Miami showed that dog owners tend to experience less depression and anxiety than those who don't own dogs. Another study at the University of California, Los Angeles, found that petting dogs can reduce levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, in the human body. However, this special bond also comes with a downside. When our pets pass away, the grief can be immense. It's not just the loss of a friend, but also the loss of a part of ourselves, a part of our daily lives that has been intertwined and shared countless memories. Therefore, cherish every moment with your pet. Spend time playing, caring for, and loving them. Because the love and loyalty they give us are priceless, and the special bond deserves to be cherished and preserved. Do you have a pet dog? If so, comment number 3 to let me and everyone know. Psychological fact number 6. Have you ever wondered if your thoughts have the power to shape your reality? Get ready, because We're about to delve into the fascinating world of the law of attraction and the power of thought. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a giant magnet. Each thought you have is a signal you send to the universe, attracting similar experiences towards you. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But it's not magic. It's simply how our minds work. Think about the last time you had a really bad day. Did you notice how one negative thing seemed to lead to another and another until your whole day turned into a disaster? That's the law of attraction in action, but in reverse. However, the law of attraction doesn't stop there. It can also work in a positive direction, bringing you the good things you desire. Have you ever experienced days where everything seems to go miraculously well? You wake up in a good mood, work flows smoothly, you meet interesting people, and everything seems to be going with the flow. That's because you're focusing on positive thoughts, creating an energy field that attracts good things to you. The law of attraction is not magic, but a principle of how the human mind works. It shows that our thoughts have immense power in shaping reality. So learn to master your thoughts, focus on the positive, and trust that you have the ability to create the life you desire. Let's move on to the next fact. Have you ever felt your mood affected by the stress of those around you? It's not a coincidence. Research from the Max Planck Institute and Technische Universität Dresden has shown that being around someone who is stressed can trigger a similar response in our bodies. When we witness someone worried, anxious, or even just hear them talk about their problems, our brains start producing cortisol, a stress hormone. This causes our heart rate to increase, blood pressure to rise, and our bodies to enter a state of high alert, as if facing a real threat. This phenomenon is called emotional contagion, or emotional infection. It happens naturally and often unconsciously, especially when we have close relationships with the person who is stressed. For example, when your child is worried about a test, you may also feel anxious and worried. Or when your colleague is having difficulties at work, you can also get caught up in their stress cycle. Therefore, choosing who you spend time with is extremely important. If you are often exposed to people who are stressed and anxious, you are also at high risk of being affected by those negative emotions. This not only affects your mood and mental health, but can also cause physical problems like insomnia, headaches, or even chronic diseases. Of course, we can't always avoid people who are stressed. However, you can learn to protect yourself by setting clear boundaries, spending time on relaxing activities, and seeking support from positive people. Remember, your mental health is extremely important, and you have the right to choose the people and things that bring you joy and peace. Psychological fact number 8. Do you often share your goals with others? It may be a way for you to seek support, encouragement, or simply to affirm your determination. However, according to an interesting study by Professor Peter Gallwitzer at New York University, publicizing goals can backfire, making it easy for you to lose motivation and reduce your ability to achieve them. Professor Gallwitzer conducted a series of experiments to test this hypothesis. In one experiment, he asked students to write down their personal goals. Half of the students were asked to publicize their goals to the entire group, while the other half kept their goals private. The results showed that students who publicized their goals tended to work less and feel less committed to their goals than those who kept their goals private. Why is that? Gallwitzer explains that when we publicize our goals, we tend to feel like we've already achieved some kind of reward, similar to having completed the goal. This makes us lose the motivation to continue our efforts. Additionally, publicizing goals can also create pressure from others, making us feel anxious and afraid of failure. However, this doesn't mean you should keep all your goals secret. Sharing goals with trusted people who can support you can still be beneficial. The key is to be selective about who you share with and seek support from those who genuinely care about your success. In conclusion, Professor Gallwitzer's research has revealed an interesting aspect of human psychology. Publicizing goals can decrease motivation and hinder us from achieving what we want. So, think carefully before sharing your goals and seek support from those who can truly help you on the path to success. Now, if you're a music lover, let's move on to psychological fact number 9. Have you ever wondered if the melodies you listen to can change the way you perceive the world? An interesting study from the University of Groningen, Netherlands, has shown that music is not merely a form of entertainment, but also has the ability to profoundly impact our perception of the surrounding reality. According to this research, the type of music you listen to can influence how you perceive other people's faces. When listening to cheerful music, you tend to see smiling, happy faces. Conversely, when listening to sad music, you easily recognize melancholic and gloomy expressions. This suggests that music can create an emotional filter, influencing how we decode and interpret visual information. Not only limited to facial recognition, music can also affect how we perceive the world in general. Cheerful, lively melodies can make us feel the world is full of colors and opportunities, while sad, gloomy music can make us feel that everything becomes bleak and hopeless. For example, imagine you're walking down a crowded street. If you're listening to an upbeat rock song, you might feel elated, energized, and see the people around you with friendly, open eyes. But if you're listening to a sad ballad, you might feel lonely, lost, and see strangers with cold, indifferent expressions. This shows that music is not just a means of entertainment, but also a powerful tool to regulate mood and change how we perceive the world. By choosing the right types of music, we can create positive experiences, enhance positive emotions, and broaden our outlook on life. If you're a crier, don't miss the next psychological fact number 10. Crying, a seemingly simple and weak act, holds immense power in healing the soul and improving health. Whether it's tears of joy or outpourings of sadness, crying brings unexpected benefits to both our mental and physical well-being. First, crying is a natural and effective way to release emotions. When emotions are suppressed for too long, they can become a burden and cause stress and anxiety. Crying helps release these negative emotions, making us feel lighter and more comfortable. In fact, studies have shown that crying can reduce levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, in the body, thus helping us relax and regain balance. Not only that, crying is also considered a natural remedy for improving mood. When we cry, our body releases endorphins, a hormone that has pain-relieving and happiness-inducing effects. Therefore, after crying, we often feel better and more optimistic about ourselves and life. An interesting study has shown that over 88.8% of people who cry regularly report significant mood improvement after crying. Besides the mental benefits, crying also brings significant health benefits. Tears not only help clean and protect the eyes, but also have the ability to remove toxins from the body. When we cry, we tend to breathe deeper, which helps increase blood circulation and provide oxygen to the organs in the body. Psychological fact number 11. Have you ever been so engrossed in a good book, a captivating movie, or an exciting game that you lose track of time? When you look up, you're surprised to realize that hours have passed without you even noticing. This phenomenon is not just a subjective feeling, but it's also scientifically proven. Researchers have shown that when we are highly focused on an enjoyable activity, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with feelings of excitement and concentration. Dopamine makes us feel like time is passing faster because it reduces our attention to the passage of time. Additionally, when we engage in a new activity, our brain has to process a large amount of new information. This makes the brain work harder while reducing our awareness of time. As a result, we feel like time is passing quickly. For example, imagine you're learning a new skill like playing a musical instrument or learning a new language. Initially, you may feel like time is passing very slowly because you have to concentrate intensely to grasp new knowledge and skills. However, as you become more familiar with the activity, you'll feel like time is passing faster because your brain is accustomed to processing information related to that activity. However, this phenomenon can also have a downside. When we are too focused on one activity, we can miss out on other important things in life. So remember, time is a precious asset, and we need to use it wisely. Spend time on activities that bring joy and meaning to your life, but don't forget to spend time with family, friends, and other activities that help you relax and recharge. Next, if you're someone who spends a lot of time on social media, this video is for you. According to a study by Sebastian Derry, a researcher at Cornell University, most of us tend to compare our lives to others on social media and often believe they are living a happier life than us. This is not surprising, as on social media, people usually only share their best moments, their most brilliant successes. They post pictures of luxurious trips, show off expensive items, or share success stories in their work and life. However, what we see on social media is only a tiny fraction of real life. People often hide their difficulties, failures, and sorrows. They don't want others to see the dark sides of their lives. They want to create a perfect image of themselves. As a result, we only see an idealized version of others' lives and start comparing it to our own reality. This comparison often leads to feelings of self-doubt, dissatisfaction, and even depression. We start to feel like we're not good enough, not successful enough, not happy enough. We wonder why we don't have the things others have, why we can't live a life like them. These thoughts can have negative impacts on our mental and emotional health. One of the main reasons for social comparison and the illusion of happiness on social media is that we often only see one side of other people's lives. We only see the happy moments, the brilliant successes, without knowing that behind them are the difficulties, challenges, and even sorrows. For example, a friend of yours might post a picture of a luxurious trip at a 5-star resort. You might feel envious and wonder why you don't have the means to travel like that. However, you don't know that your friend might have worked very hard to save money for this trip or might be facing difficult problems in their personal life that they don't want to share on social media. Another example, a celebrity might post a photo with their happy family. You might feel admiration and wish for a family like that. However, you don't know that the celebrity might be experiencing conflicts within their family or facing pressure from work and public opinion. Social comparison and the illusion of happiness on social media can have serious consequences for our mental and emotional health. When we constantly compare ourselves to others and feel like we're not good enough, we can fall into a state of self-doubt, dissatisfaction, and even depression. Additionally, spending too much time on social media can also affect our quality of life. We may neglect work, studies, social relationships, and other activities to spend time scrolling through social media. This can lead to isolation, disconnection from the real world, and decreased life satisfaction. Psychological fact number 12. Color is not merely an aesthetic element, but also has a powerful influence on our mood and mental health. A 2010 study in the UK revealed an interesting link between color and depression. According to the study, when a person falls into a state of depression, their retina becomes less sensitive to contrasting colors, meaning their ability to distinguish colors is impaired. This is not only a symptom of the illness, but can also be a contributing factor to worsening depression. The research also indicates that exposure to an environment lacking in color, especially gray, can increase the risk of depression. Gray, often considered a neutral color with no emotion, can negatively impact human psychology. When surrounded by only a dull gray, we easily feel melancholic, sad, and lose our enthusiasm for life. This shows that color is not just a visual element, but also has a profound impact on our mood and emotions. Bright, vibrant colors can stimulate creativity, boost energy, and bring feelings of joy and optimism. Conversely, dark, gloomy colors can make us feel sad, depressed, and lose motivation. Therefore, choosing colors in our daily lives is very important. Decorate your living and working spaces with bright colors, creating a comfortable and positive atmosphere. Don't forget to add your favorite colors to your clothes, accessories, or even small items around you. By doing so, you can harness the power of color to improve your mood, boost positive energy, and create a more vibrant life. Finally, have you ever wondered, out of the thousands of thoughts that cross your mind each day, how many of them are positive and how many are negative? A notable study from the National Science Foundation in 2005 revealed a surprising fact. On average, each of us has about 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day, and sadly, 80% of them are negative. Even worse, 95% of these thoughts are just repetitions of the previous day. This means that most of the time, our minds are dominated by worries, fears, doubts, and anxieties. We constantly blame ourselves, compare ourselves to others, and anticipate bad things that might happen. These negative thoughts not only affect our mood and emotions, but also directly impact our physical health. The study also shows that our bodies react very sensitively to negative thoughts and emotions. When we feel stressed, anxious, or guilty, our bodies release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. If this condition persists, it can lead to serious health problems such as high blood pressure, stomach ulcers, and even cardiovascular diseases. For example, a person constantly worried about work may experience symptoms like insomnia, headaches, and fatigue, or a person who frequently blames themselves can fall into a state of depression, affecting both mental and physical health. Therefore, being aware of the power of thoughts and learning to control negative thoughts is crucial. By changing our thinking, we can change our emotions, behaviors, and even our health. Let's focus on positive thoughts, cultivate gratitude, and find joy in the little things every day. By doing so, we will not only have a happier life but also a healthier one. Psychological fact number 14. We tend to overestimate ourselves. On the journey of self-discovery, we often carry within us rose-colored glasses, painting a picture of ourselves that is brighter and more perfect than reality. That's when we inadvertently fall into the trap of the illusion of control, becoming overconfident in our abilities without even realizing it. Numerous psychological studies have shown that most of us tend to overestimate our own abilities, skills, and intelligence. We believe we are better drivers than average, smarter than most people, and capable of making more accurate decisions than others. However, this overconfidence can lead to harmful consequences. When we overestimate ourselves, we tend to take unnecessary risks, ignore helpful advice, and make poor decisions. We can become stubborn, unwilling to listen to the opinions of others, and have difficulty accepting our own mistakes. This illusion of control effect not only affects our personal lives but also spills over into our work and social relationships. It can cause us to miss out on learning and development opportunities and lead to unnecessary conflicts and disagreements. Therefore, always be mindful and objective when evaluating yourself. Recognize your strengths and weaknesses honestly, without exaggeration or self-deprecation. Be always ready to learn, accept the opinions of others, and constantly improve yourself. Only when we have a realistic view of ourselves can we make the right decisions, maximize our potential, and achieve true success. Lastly, we can be deceived by illusions. The world we experience through the lens of our senses is not always a faithful replica of reality. Sometimes it resembles a surreal painting, where the boundary between the real and the illusory becomes blurred, easily bent and distorted by our own brain. Despite being an incredibly complex and sophisticated information processing machine, the human brain can still be tricked by captivating illusions. Our eyes, often considered the windows to the soul, can sometimes betray us, conjuring up images that don't truly exist. Our ears, no matter how sharp, can be deceived by phantom sounds, whispers without origin. Even our sense of touch, seemingly the most tangible of senses, can create strange sensations convincing us that we are touching things that aren't really there. Optical illusions, with their mesmerizing moving images, shifting colors, or objects that seem to vanish or appear suddenly, are perhaps the most common and easily noticeable type of illusion. But auditory illusions are no less wondrous, as we may hear whispers, haunting melodies, or strange sounds with no discernible source. And then there are tactile illusions, making us feel non-existent objects, tingling sensations, or ghostly touches on our skin. These illusions are not just playful tricks of the brain, but also a testament to the complexity and wonder of this organ. They demonstrate that our perception of the world is not merely a passive reception of information from our senses, but an active process where the brain constantly processes, analyzes, reconstructs, and even creates experiences that can go far beyond what actually exists. Illusions, in a way, serve as a reminder that the world we experience is not just an objective reality, but also a picture painted by our own minds. And in this picture, sometimes truth and illusion intertwine, creating a world full of color and mystery, urging us to constantly explore and understand. And so we've completed our journey exploring 15 fascinating psychological secrets hidden deep within each of us. I hope that through these insights, you not only gained a deeper understanding of yourself, your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, but also opened a new door to see into the inner world of those around you. Understanding psychology is not just a tool for self-development, but also a bridge to help you build more sincere, profound, and meaningful relationships. By understanding the hidden motivations behind others' behavior, you can communicate more effectively, empathize more deeply, and build stronger connections. But the journey of exploring psychology doesn't stop here. There are countless wonders and surprises waiting for you to discover. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any captivating videos about psychology and life from our channel. And please share this video with your loved ones. Who knows, you might help them discover something unexpected about themselves. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploring the colorful world of psychology. Let's continue to learn, grow, and discover together so that every day is a new day filled with joy and unexpected discoveries.